Y'all know what this is, man. Look, we have to come back for part two. It cut off on us, so be stay tuned. Go ahead and share the live. Do all that right now. Like I said, I'm here with my boy Rooks. I am your boy Skinny. So I'm gonna get right into where we was at. When it comes to your music, how do you describe it to the untrained, to the unlistened ear?
Definitely, I have two sides to it. I say one side is crazy and chaotic, and I think another side is uplifting and motivational. A lot of the last album that I dropped, All or Nothing, is a lot of the more higher energy music, but I definitely have a couple songs on there that are, I would say, more emotional and relatable to people. One of the songs on there is called Echo, that it is a lot about people that I've lost in my life, family members, and I feel like everybody can kind of relate with the pain of that, and it's been a very good one. I've got a music video in the works for that right now, and that's probably one of my favorite songs off of that album that I've done or made. It's called Echo off of the All or Nothing album.
Okay, dope. So with the there's so many different sounds within your group as far as like
Hmm.
no, like you don't sound like Bari.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard the other guys, but I'm guessing, it's different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How do that mesh when it's time to work on the track? Do you feel like it still goes
Yeah,
together?
yeah, it's definitely cool. It makes us definitely work at a different pace. I would say, because me and AK are both from Arizona. So I wouldn't say we have similar sounds, but we kind of grew up together and we kind
Right.
of, you know what I mean? And then we got C-Matt, he's got that East Coast, but I mean, he also has lived in Oregon for a long time, West Coast. So he's kind of got a little bit of both. So it's pretty cool. And then we've done quite a bit of collaborations lately with a lot of people. We're trying to get more on like melodic like singing and stuff like that. Like we're
Yeah.
we're obviously going to be able to keep spitting the hard raps and all that stuff like that, but I feel like people want something that they can really listen
Yeah.
to and have a good time.
So, you have I like to call it a cipher flow.
Hmm. Yeah, I
The
like that.
Yeah, I like to call it a cipher flow because a cipher gets your attention to get your adrenaline pumping, and people say certain bars that make like everybody want to
Mm,
either rap or get into it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So you have
yeah,
that cipher flow.
yeah, definitely.
Um, and it's crazy because you said that's what y'all did in school. So now
Hmm.
it makes sense. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's how it all started out. Yep, yep, yep. That's
uh,
funny. Yeah, I haven't heard that before, but that's definitely a good way to.
yeah, because I think like there's so many different parts of hip hop, right?
Hmm.
Like you got the backpackers, you got the melodic,
Hmm.
you got the lyricists,
Yeah.
you got the performers.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
sometimes you get the all around artists. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like that can perform and do everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think your music brings brings the consumer into it. Like,
Hmm.
hmm, okay, let me see where he's going with this.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So that's why I call it a cipher flow.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
uh, so when what's your creative process in creating a song?
Um, I mostly like to do it alone, solo, unless it's a feature song. Then maybe I'll be in the studio with people and do it. But I feel like I make my best music when I'm by myself. Like, and I write a lot of music when I'm on a plane or traveling, or I get inspiration from it, and I definitely use that. Like the
Okay.
song that we're about to record right now, I wrote in the hotel out here. Finish it off just to kind of give myself that energy that I felt like I wanted for the song.
Okay.
Not that you can always travel, you can't always time it when you're making music, but I feel like seeing other places and experiencing other things definitely motivates you to put it into the music.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Um, so the what would you say are some of the differences in Oregon and in Phoenix?
I mean, temperature right off the rip.
Yeah,
It
nah.
rains almost all the time out there. It's pretty crazy. About 8 months out of the year it rains, so it was definitely a change for me. Kind of depressing, honestly. It's very dark and makes you sad because you're not in the sun ever. It's just it's kind of weird, especially growing up in Phoenix. Like it's hot, every day,
Right.
and then I go to a place where there's like only sun for a few months. But I mean, that's just weather, But as far as music, I would say, I mean, it's different, but Phoenix is a much larger place,
Yeah.
and so it's I would say definitely more cutthroat in Phoenix. Like I would say definitely people are more for themselves. I feel like in Oregon, people have almost been more helpful, but also at the same time, you never really know. But I do definitely like being out there. It's a beautiful state. I really enjoy being out in Oregon. There's a lot of things to see. There's a lot of things to do. And the rap scene is getting big in Portland. It really is. A lot of
That's
big
dope.
name artists come to the Moda Center out there.
That's dope. That's dope. So, another question
Hmm.
is your ideal feature is who?
Oh man, that'd be hard. Probably Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like what Wayne been
just
doing
because
lately
there's
too.
no going wrong, and he'd go crazy on it. You know what I mean? Like even if it was a
Yeah.
throwaway verse of Wayne's, would probably be great. That's
No,
just how
for
I
real.
feel. I don't know. Um, yeah, probably have to go with Wayne. I
Man.
opened up for him, and seeing him live was insane because I was always listening to Carter 1, 2, 3. My whole childhood growing up, I was always Carter 3 was the one that I listened to the most.
Wayne is another cipher flow to me, and only like because I'll never forget Wayne going to BET and performing a song that no one knew, and the way that everyone like was like, "Oh shit," and it was so
Hmm.
dope. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Wayne, when it comes to getting the audience attention, is second to none.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he had a full blown band up there with him when he came out to
See,
Oregon and performed. And it was
yeah,
in Eugene, Oregon, which like it's crazy that he would go to there and not to Portland. But it happened, and we did it. And it was crazy too because when we did that show, he had medical complications. I think he had like a seizure or something like a week before the
yeah,
show. So everybody said the whole show's not gonna happen. The show's not gonna happen. And I was like big time tripping because we had been promoting it for a while. Like this was on the
damn,
radio, like on the regular radio you hear in a car. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. They were selling the tickets for the show at like Safeway. Like it was crazy. It
damn,
was huge. Yeah, and all the kids were just getting back from college. Like everybody was right back in town. Like, and then Wayne's in the hospital, and we're like, what? And so I'm tapping in with the
damn,
promoter, like texting him and calling him every day, like, dude, is this what's good? And he's like, nah, it's on, it's on, it's on. Like, and
that's
I'm like,
dope.
all right, pulled up, and then Wayne pulled up, and everybody's like, did you get to talk to him or meet him? I'm like, bro, you know who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's
Like
Wayne.
he pulled up in like SUVs, like, and then people got out. He looked like the president. Like he literally walked in a circle of people around him, and then they kicked everybody out, and then he did whatever he does in there before he performed, and then he left. And they literally told us
Damn,
that he was landing on his plane while we were stepping on stage. I
wow.
was like, "Whoa, dude, that's pretty wild." Like, and they're like, "Yep, he just landed. He's en route right now." I was like, "Wow."
Man, you have so many different experiences of opening up for so many big artists.
Mm.
Um, what would you say is your favorite show that you did
Opening up for an artist or
opening up
just
for
any? Oh,
artists?
okay. That's got to be one of them. The Wayne show. Or we did a Bone Thugs and Harmony show, and it had Twisted and Twisted Insane at Aura nightclub in Tempe, Arizona. That was
Damn.
also through Respect the Underground. That was last year, I want to say. That was crazy, just because they're legends. Like watching them come
Right.
out on stage, I was just mind blown, and seeing Twist out there with them too. I was just like, what is going on right now? This is wild. But yeah,
dope,
that was a cool one too. But yeah, I would definitely say that the Wayne show is probably my favorite one out of all of them.
dope, bro. All right, so before we wrap this up, man, one more time, tell people where to follow you at, but on top of that, let them know um what to be looking out for as
Mhm.
far as music and whatever you have out right now. Just give them some information on where to go find some
Yeah,
of your music
definitely.
at.
So Roox _ Dirt Squad is going to be me on all social media platforms, and then Dirt Squad Music and Dirt Squad Productions is going to be where you can find us and get any mixing, mastering, or beats services from us. We've got an album coming out from my music partner right now, CMAD, June 2nd, called One Day at a Time, and then I've got my album All or Nothing that just came out, and then Me and Bari have got a couple songs. Bari Bands has got an album coming out also. He's got one that just dropped not too long ago, and then he's got one coming out. So we've all been really consistent with releasing music and doing shows, and that's one good thing that we help. Like we were talking about earlier, like who pushes you. Like our team definitely pushes each other because it's hard to stay on top of doing show after show and doing song after song and making sure it all comes together clean and
Facts.
organized. You know, it's a lot
Facts.
of business. There's a lot of phone calls and paperwork behind the cool rap show, you know.
No, facts. And businesses, this is a music business, man. So
Mhm.
you have to learn the business.
Definitely.
Hey, man, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. This is It's Gorgeous Radio, man. It was
Appreciate
good
you, man.
meeting y'all, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for
Definitely got to
having us
link
out
in
here.
more.
Dirt Squad 9 Mob, we out in Vegas. We're gonna be here till Monday. We're gonna turn up. Shout out to Gorgeous Music. Shout out everybody. Shout out Respect Underground and Icon Radio for having us get linked together. Easy, we in the building. Let's go.
Peace.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man. Here,
Yeah.
this is from my album release party, actually, if you want one of those.